Hi Leo, welcome back to the Astrology 33 channel. This is your June 2023 tarot reading. Thanks to those of you who like, viewed, shared, and subscribed to the channel. I appreciate all of that. For those of you new to the channel, as far as what we have in front of us, the Celtic cross spread as always, and I also pulled the 4 agreements, wisdom, the oracle, and Mudra card for you guys. But we're actually going to start the reading off by rolling those astrology dice we have in front of us to get an idea of where your folks should be as far as that goes. Alright, well, we have 1. So, of course, that would represent you guys as far as your own first house energy. And we're actually going to have Mars in your sign all of June and also Venus. So, it makes sense to see this come up in that regard. Alright, we have the Sun. And the Sun actually is going to be in your 11th house for the first few weeks of June. And then it's going to move into your 12th house of Cancer as we get toward the end of June. And we have Taurus. So Taurus is actually your 10th house of career and social status. There was quite a bit going on there. Of course, we had the Mercury retrograde recently. At the time of recording this, we're just pretty much on that new moon in Taurus energy. Uranus has been there for quite some time, the North Node, so plenty of energy going on in there. So there could be some focus around that area of life for you guys as well. Alright, so with all that out of the way, we'll get started with the main spread. Alright, in the main situation position, we have the 2 of Swords, and challenging that, we have the 4 of Cups. So this could just be saying that you might be struggling a little bit to make a decision around the situation, and the challenge could be, the reason why it might be difficult to make a decision around the situation could just be that you're not necessarily too happy with any of the options available. So that could be part of what is causing the struggle, right? Whereas if there was something that was clear cut, something that you truly wanted, it might be easier to make that decision. So that could be what's really at play there, as far as why it is taking you a long time to make a decision. Alright, in the foundation position, we have the 3 of Wands. So to me, this says between that and the 4 of Cups energy, it looks like you've been in a more passive energy lately, where you've been waiting for things to come your way and hoping to grasp an opportunity through that path. To me, this is usually an energy of someone who's done a good amount of work, but now they're like, okay, I've put in my fair share of work. Now I'm waiting to reap the rewards of that work. So that could have been the energy you guys have been in for a while. Alright, past position, we have the 9 of Cups. So in a way, this gives across a similar energy there as well, right? If we look at their body language, we see the arms crossed, an energy of contentment, right? Knowing what they bring to the table, not necessarily going out to seek anything more, but knowing that things will tend to come their way in that energy. Alright, in the present position, we have the World. So this is a cycle of completion, successful completion at that. Usually it's more of a karmic thing. I usually view this as both the mixture of North Node and Saturn energy. So yeah, this looks like a cycle that you guys could have just gone through recently, maybe with the end of those eclipses at the Taurus Scorpio axis. We do see the Leo symbol in the corner there, so could just be saying that as we went through Taurus season, you might have been integrating some final lessons around the situation. And for some of you, might have been possibly figuring out when to stay in a passive energy and when to possibly be a little bit more proactive. Alright, in your future position, we have the Ace of Wands. So yeah, to me, this could represent that energy where you're coming to an end of a cycle, right? Where, like I said, these energies here are all pretty passive. We see the World card, and then following that, we see the Ace of Wands. Now, the Ace of Wands isn't necessarily an indicator that you truly take action, but at the very least, it could be an idea coming into your mind at this time. Alright, in the position of your influence in the situation, we have the Devil. So on the one hand, this could just be saying that once you do get the idea to take action, it could almost become like an obsessive desire of yours, right? Like, okay, I spent a lot of time in this more passive energy, now I really have a fire lit under me right now. I'm ready to go after what I want. And like I said, that would make sense as far as given that we saw first house energy come up for you guys, and like I mentioned, you have Mars in your sign all of June, so that's definitely going to light a spark in you guys and make you more action oriented. And then Venus will be there as well, so two pretty good personal planets to have in your sign. But that's how it could be playing out for some of you, and then for others of you, this might be maybe a realization that maybe that staying in that more passive cycle might be a bit more of a toxic trait that you guys might have, right? To where you know it's causing a little bit of damage, but you might get stuck in that cycle for too long. To me, it's one of those things where, like in Western society, especially, and I'm sure in other areas and other societies as well, that the main thing is always go, go, go a lot of the times. And then in the spiritual community, it's almost the polar opposite, right? Of, just sit around and let things fall into your lap, right? So you can be coming to the realization that there's a time and a place for everything, right? So in certain situations, it might be best to be passive, and in others, it might be better to be more assertive and action oriented. All right, in the environment position, we have the Hangman. So yeah, that could be something that you guys are thinking over right now, right? Like coming to that realization, like, okay, there has to be some situations where it would be normal to actually just let things come to you, be in that kind of flow state, but also come to the understanding that, okay, if all you're getting is a lot of things that you wouldn't necessarily want, it wouldn't hurt to shift gears and actually be a little more proactive and going after what you would want, right? So I feel like that's something that you guys are coming to a realization around this month, and that could be what that world card represents there. All right, in the hopes or fears position, we have the King of Wands. So yeah, this is actually the core card for your sign, so it could just be more of a hope, right? Where like, okay, I've gone through the cycle where I've been feeling a little bit out of sorts, maybe getting a little bit too caught up in the passive, let things come my way type energy. But okay, after all, I'm a fire sign, right? So it is good to embrace that passionate side and go after things sometimes. I feel like this is you preparing yourself to get back into that energy. Right. And in the outcome position, we have the Three of Cups. So this is usually a pretty celebratory energy. It's also Cancer energy, just like the Four of Cups, but obviously we see a much lighter energy with this. And timeline-wise, this actually represents the middle 10 degrees of Cancer, I should say, and which is more or less, give or take a couple days, the first 10 days or so of July. So could just be saying that in the early July, you actually have something to celebrate about, possibly spend time with friends, siblings, family in general. But definitely a pretty positive outcome, especially given that it looks like you were waiting for things to come your way and weren't happy with what was being offered for a while. All right, and bottom of the deck, we have the Eight of Swords. So this is a Gemini energy here. And really, this could just be saying that, especially as we start Gemini season, you might initially still be feeling that way, right? Where you're not quite sure what to do. You don't feel like you can move forward just yet because there's some similarities between the artwork here and then the Two of Swords. So could just be saying that as we come into Gemini season, you're going to be feeling a little bit more, confused about which way to go. And then, like we said, when we get to the outcome, we see that Three of Cups, a much lighter, positive energy there. So could just be a matter of, pretty much at the time recording this, we still have Mercury retrograde post-shadow period that's going to be wrapping up, and that's wrapping up right around the beginning of June. So that alone, right, could just be saying that you have to wait for energy to clear before you truly feel ready to move forward. All right, moving on to your Four Agreements card, we have be impeccable with your word, and it says realize the power of your word. Okay, it says your word is the power that you have to create. It is a gift that comes directly from God. So, pretty straightforward message there, but yeah, this could just be saying that the power of your communication could really bring things your way this month. All right, moving on to your Wisdom Oracle card, we have Thinker. There's the artwork, and the number is 44. All right, let's see what this says. All right, essential meanings says strategy, being analytical and logical. The Oracle's message, the ability to reason, the ability to reason and strategize is the focus now. Take things at face value and follow the logical path. Your calculations will prove to be correct, for in this moment there is no deeper meaning than what is obvious. Things are exactly as they seem. You have all the information you need. Keep it simple, and you will win the game of life you're playing right now. So yeah, definitely a positive message there for those of you who might feel like you are overthinking the situation, right? With that Two of Swords energy, we saw the Eight of Swords energy. The relationship message says, love is not logical, but when you choose a partner, it is good to have things in common other than desire. This is a time to weigh the pros and cons of your partnership. If there is enough common ground, go for it. If not, they are a fish in the sea. Don't force it to work. And should others tell you who they are, take them at their word. Now is not the time to indulge in a fantasy. No matter what, in this case, the facts are the facts. So yeah, definitely a positive message there, because like I was saying here, I didn't necessarily see this as a dating scenario, but that message aligns with what we were saying here, that the reason why you might be having difficulty making decisions is because maybe none of the options are ideal for you, right? So that could be what the message is there. So hopefully that resonated. The prosperity message says calculated action is called for now. It's important to sit down and plan a strategy. Focus on the steps you're going to take to claim your prosperous life. List all your friends now, so get out your journal. Write down what you're going to do today to signal to the universe that you're serious about attracting abundance. Your plans and strategies will yield wonderful results. Remember, your most effective strategic partner is spirit. You will win this game, and your triumph will be for the highest good of all. So yeah, definitely a supportive message there as well for those of you who are trying to make a significant decision. All right, and lastly, we have a mudra for you guys. So this is your mudra here. It's the Svadhisthana Chakra mudra, and the keyword for it is adaptability. All right, there we go. All right, so I can't fit everything in the frame in one shot. So what I'll do is I'll hold it up here for a second if you want to pause it or take a screenshot to read what it has to say. And then we'll get the rest in the frame here. Alright, but under benefits, it says increases ability to adapt to change, opens creativity and the ability to spontaneously respond to any situation, increases capacity for intimacy with self, others, and the environment, benefits the reproductive system, increases fertility, tonifies the blood. So if that sounds like a mudra you think would be beneficial for you guys, I'll put the name in the description of the video as always. We'll wrap up there, and I'll see you guys next month. Alright, bye.